So I hope my screen is visible to you. Please confirm. Please confirm if my screen is visible. Oh, I am not. I am not. Please confirm my screen is visible. First here.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So these are the problems. Some of the problems I have taken from the administrator book, um, Electrics Fundamentals of Electric Circuits by Alexander and Sadiku. So this is available online also. So you can download it and see these problems also. So basically, in this problem number 2.11, what we need to find out is V1 and V2. Y1 and V2 is unknown, and you know that in any closed loop, these how many loops are here? One loop is this, another loop is this, and this one is the bigger loop. This one is the bigger loop. Okay, so these are the closed loops, three closed loops, and in these three closed loop, you will have the Kirchhoff voltage law valid. So what we can write down, last time I told you, when we move from a when we move through the loop, the the sum of voltage rises. Just as suppose I am going from this point to this point, there is a voltage rise. This point to this point, there is a voltage rise, and this point to this point, there is a voltage rise. So these all are the voltage rise. So sum of these will be equal to 0. So what will be the sum? Because here I am entering from minus sign, so minus V1 plus 1 volt plus 5 volt will be equal to 0. This will be equal to 0. Okay, this will be equal to 0 according to Kirchhoff voltage law. So what will this imply? This will imply V1 will be equal to how much? V1 will be equal to 6 volts.
Sir,
Okay,
sir, screen is not visible.
I hope screen is visible to all. If not, please
Yes,
make
sir.
me note.
Should I rejoin?
Visible.
प्लीज़ जिसको नहीं है विजिबल एक बार लॉग ऑफ करके लॉग इन कर लें so that the things will become visible because other people are seeing it. Okay, so similarly in this loop also, if we are moving from this point to again to this point, so minus 5 volt plus 2 volt plus V2 will be equal to 0. Okay, will be equal to 0. Why I have written minus 5 and plus 2? Because minus 5 means it is a voltage rise. Minus 5 means it is a voltage rise. So this can be written as how many voltage rises in this loop? One voltage rise, and here it is voltage drop. Plus 2 minus, when we are moving from this point to this point, there is a voltage drop of 2 volt. Plus to minus. Okay, plus means higher voltage, minus means lower voltage. Similarly here, V2 minus, there is a voltage drop. So sum of voltage rise, yani ki 5, it is voltage rise, is equal to sum of voltage drops, yani ki 2 plus V2. Okay, according to Kirchhoff voltage law, sum of voltage rises is equal to sum of voltage drops. So there are two drops, getting my point, and one voltage rise. So 5 is equal to 2 plus V2. So this equation can be written like this also. This equation can be written like this also. So I have made a convention that moment at enter with the minus sign, I write minus, and If I enter with the positive sign, then I write positive sign. So this is the same way of writing this equation. This equation can be written like this equation. Okay, got my point? First here.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
what will be
Yes,
V2
sir.
then? V2 will be, how much will be V2?
3, sir.
3 volt. V2 will be 3 volt. Okay, okay. So this is how we are going to apply the Kirchhoff voltage law. Now in this circuit, how many loops are there? How many loops are there?
5.
1, sir, 7.
One loop is this: 1, 2, 3,
Then 9.
4. Then 5 is this: 5. Okay.
5,
6 is this:
9 here.
6. Then 7. 7 is this: 8. 8 is this, and 9 is bigger one. Okay, total 9 loops are there. Okay, in all these 9 loops, in this also there are 3 loops. One is this, one was this, so I have used 2 loops. I could have used this loop also. You can verify the Kirchhoff voltage law in bigger loop also. So minus V1, what was V1? V1 was 6 volt.
Voltage rise.
6 volt. This was 6 volt. We found out it to be 6 volt. 6 plus 5, 6 plus 1. If I am writing KVL plus 2 plus what was V2? What was V2? V2 was 3. So
3.
is it equal to 0?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is equal to 0. Hence we have verified the our results also in third loop. In third loop we have because in third loop there is one voltage rise V1 and all the 3 were voltage drops. Okay, so minus 6 is equal to 0. Okay, now let us come to this point. Let us come to this loop. So in this loop, let us find out V1, V2, V3 and V4. V1, V2, V3 and V4. So how will we find out? First of all, what you suggest? Which one I should go for first? Which one is? There are 4 unknowns. So if I go through this loop, there are 2 unknowns. There are 2 unknowns. In this loop, there are 2 unknowns. In this loop, there is only one unknown, which is V4. So let us first look at into this loop. Okay. So what will be the KVL equation for this loop? इसके लिए क्या होगी KVL equation?
Sir, minus 4 V4
Minus
plus 2V
V4,
plus
good.
5 is equals to 0.
Minus V4 plus 2, okay,
Plus 5.
plus 5 equal to 0. So what does it mean? It means V4 is
7.
V4 is 7 volt. V4 is 7 volt. I hope you are making the circuits also. Now this is known to us, so we can solve this equation, this loop, to find out V3, because in this loop only one unknown is there. So what will be the equation for this loop? KVL equation?
Minus 4
-4 सॉरी +4 होगा ना, क्योंकि बिकॉज वी आर एंटरिंग फ्रॉम द पॉजिटिव साइन, so as per our convention we will write it to be plus. Okay, here we are entering to the plus sign. Then plus v3 plus 7
7.
is equal to 0. This will be the equation. So what will be this? V3 will be, what will be V3?
-11.
-11. -11 volt. Okay, next find out, now you can find out V1 and V2. Please try it. V1 and V2, what will be V1 and what will be V2? If you could try, let us start here from -3 plus V1 minus V3 is equal to 0. And V3, what was V3? V3 was -11. So it will make it to be -3 plus V1, and V3 itself is a minus, so it will make it plus 11 equal to 0. So this will imply V1 to be equal to, what will be V1?
-8.
Is
-8.
-8. Okay, so -8. What will be V2 then? Similarly, what will be
3
V2?
volt.
V2 is
3 volt.
plus 3 volt.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I am taking your result to be here. If anybody having a different result, please tell me.
सर 6 वोल्ट आ रहा है
Sir, V1 is 6
आ रहा है
sir, V2 is 6.
6 volt aa raha hai. Let me try
V2
it.
6 वोल्ट
Let me try it.
मेरा
6
तो
आ रहा है,
-5
6 आ
आ
रहा
रहा
है,
है.
sir.
Okay.
6
So let us
volt.
start from here. Minus V1 minus V1 minus V1 minus V1 minus V2 and minus 2 volt is equal to 0. Yoga, if we move like this, if we move like this, because here we are entering from minus sign, minus V1, here we are entering from minus sign, minus V2, here we are entering from a minus sign, so minus 2. Okay, now what is V1? V1 itself is a minus, so it will make it 8 plus 8. What is V2? What was V2? V2 is, okay, V2 is 3, so it is plus, so it will be like this, 3 minus, oh, minus V1 minus V2. What was V2? V2 we need to
सर
find out.
V2 फाइंड करना है
V2 we need to find out. Oh, sorry. Why I have written it? V2 we need to find out. V2 we need to find out. Okay. V2 minus 2 is equal to 0. Is it right? So what will be V2 then? It will be minus 6 volt. V2 will be minus 6 volt. V2 will be minus 6 volt. Got the answer?
सर 6 वोल्ट आ रहा है
सर 6 वोल्ट आएगा सर माइनस
प्लस 6 प्लस आएगा, sir.
माइनस V2 इज इक्वल टू माइनस
Minus.
6 तो V2 is
Okay,
equal to
okay. Minus V2 is equal to minus 6 volt, so V2 will be minus 6 volts. Okay, can you verify the result in the bigger loop? Let us say in this loop, the bigger loop. Can you verify the results in bigger loop? So minus 4 minus 3 and v2 is 6, it will verify it. यानी कि +4 in this bigger loop, +4 -3 minus v2 is -6 plus 5. Is it come out to be 0?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And
Yes, sir.
can you verify the same result in this loop? KVL in this loop. यानी कि माइनस, यानी कि that means +4 -3 plus v1. What was v1? v1 was -8.
-8.
ओके, -8, क्योंकि यहाँ पे प्लस से एंटर कर रहे हैं एंड इसका साइन माइनस है. ओके, सो देन +7. Is it come out to be 0?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so KVL can be verified like this also. This is another example. This you can note down and do by yourself, this problem. Please note down and do it by yourself. Find out v1, v2 and v3 and verify in all the possible loops. There are 1, 2 and 3 loops and another loops also. So you can note down this problem and you can try this at home.